It's time for the JetHawks baseball. This week.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to our 4th episode of This Week in JetHawks Baseball. I'm Jason Schwartz. We've got a great show for you today. Later on in the show, we're going to have our first edition of Baseball 101. JetHawks infielder Ben Orloff is going to teach you the art of the sacrifice bunt. Jen Curran's also going to let you know what's coming up at the ballpark. But first, we're going to sit down and chat with Cal League Player of the Week from a couple weeks ago, JetHawks outfielder Adam Bailey. That's all coming up on This Week in JetHawks Baseball. We're now joined by JetHawks outfielder Adam Bailey here on This Week in JetHawks Baseball. And Adam, first off, congratulations, Cal League Player of the Week a couple weeks ago, and you had an incredible series in Stockton, 4 home runs in 2 games, and that must have felt pretty good.
Yeah, that was fun to play. They had a good crowd, and that's the first time I've ever been in that field. It's actually really beautiful, and I wish every series was like that, but it's not, so I enjoyed it while it lasted.
Yeah, it had kind of a San Francisco feel, AT&T Park. You could hit the ball deep enough, and I think one of your balls bounced off the concourse and went in to the water, the delta back of right field.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Nice.
So the 4 home runs, one of them was an inside the park home run, and I know as a fan, as a broadcaster, that's one of the most exciting plays in baseball, and I'm sure as a player, that must have been pretty exciting coming around the bases.
You know, nobody really gets in shape to run as fast as I can around the bases, and I'm not really fast to begin with, so I was struggling to get into third, and I saw Rodney just keep going like this. I was like, okay, all right, if you want me thrown out, fine, I'll go. So I just kept going, and I was safe. I didn't slide or anything, so it was really fun.
And you mentioned coming around third base. Well, once he did send you coming home, I mean, is there an excitement factor afterwards? Like, hey, that's an inside the park home run. Had you hit one before?
Not since I was like 9, but yeah, it's exciting because you hear the crowd and everybody gets into it, so it kind of gets you through those last steps, so it's really exciting. Now,
you're a guy, you started the season with Corpus Christi, but when Domingo Santana went on the DL, you got brought down here, and you've been filling in for him. And I'm sure, you know, everyone wants to play well and wants to play at the highest level, and the goal is to keep moving up. So what was that like to start at Corpus and come back to high A?
You know, it was fun. You know, that's a beautiful stadium, and, you know, I love the guys up there. But, you know, things happen for a reason, and I'm down here for a reason. So, and I also I played a lot with these guys before, so, you know, I'm here for a reason.
Well, it's got to be a lot of fun to be a part of this lineup. You're in the same lineup with hitters like George Springer, Telvin Nash, Eric Castro, and it's been really fun to watch you guys hit together. And and we heard some of the Rovers talking about it. They said they haven't seen this many good bats in one minor league lineup in quite some time.
Yeah, it's exciting. You know, I actually haven't been a part of a lot of the guys. You know, 5 or 6 guys are home run hitters, and that you don't find that a lot, and especially in high A.
And so, as a left-handed hitter here, playing at this ballpark with the wind blowing out to right field, what do you do to try and, you know, do you take that into account, or do you try to ignore the fact and just, you know, go ahead and swing like you would no matter where you were playing?
You know, it's always tempting when you see the flags blow out. You know, in BP you're trying to hit line drives and you happen to hit one and you see it go far and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to try not to do that during the game. And, you know, that's the key is everyone can pull the ball, you know, and especially here, everyone can hit a home run. So I try as hard as I can to try to look the other way and hit line drives.
Now, a lot is made about lefty-lefty matchups, and managers want to bring in a left-hander to face left-handed hitters, but a couple of your home runs this year have come against left-handed hitters. And do you like hitting against left-handers, or is that something that you would prefer right-handers?
Sometimes, actually, when I'm in a slump, I rather face left-handed pitchers because they make me, you know, stay inside, and, you know, there's a whole bunch of baseball stuff that helps. But if I had a choice, I'd rather face a right-hander.
And you played your college ball at the University of Nebraska. What was it like playing well, I guess you guys were in the Big 12 at the time. Yeah. Nebraska is now Big 10. What was it like playing Big 12 baseball?
it was awesome. You know, all the Texas teams. It was really fun. You know, I don't know. I think Nebraska was a perfect place for me because we had a beautiful stadium, and we played against really good talent. So I had a great time.
And you had started off at Arizona State, which is such a great program, and that was pretty close to home for you. What was it like playing there, and what were some of the reasons why you transferred?
Well, the only reason I transferred was because I was a pitcher there, and I actually wanted to do both. And Nebraska, I went to junior college first in Arizona, and they gave me a chance to do both. And then Nebraska saw me play, and they also gave me a chance to do both. And then halfway through my junior year, I couldn't throw strikes. So there was a pitcher's meeting. I was like, okay, I got to go over there. And then coach is just like, nope, we don't need you anymore. We don't need you to walk people. I said, okay, that's fine. And that's when my pitching career ended.
Do you miss pitching?
Sometimes, you know, the thing I don't miss is when I do give up runs and walk people. Everybody knows and they lose. It's easier for people and coaches to lose trust in that pitcher when I can go 0 for 20 and they still have confidence in me. That's the thing I've noticed.
Well, hey, Adam, you're heating up, and best of luck the rest of the way. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's JetHawks outfielder Adam Bailey here on This Week in JetHawks Baseball. Thanks to JetHawks outfielder Adam Bailey for joining us. And now we're going to kick it over to Jen Curran, who's going to let you know what is coming up at the ballpark for this coming homestand.
Hi there, fans. I'm Jen Curran with a look at all the exciting stuff we've got coming up this homestand. On Sunday, May 20th, the JetHawks will kick off the homestand against the High Desert Mavericks. It's Big League Dreams Sunday, so the first 1,000 kids through the gates will get a coupon for a free hot dog, chips, and soda. Kids will also be able to play catch on the field before the game, and after the game, all the kids will get to run the bases. On Tuesday, it's our first and only weekday day game of the year. It's Education Day, so there'll be fun activities for the kids, and we've got a great businessman special. Any fan who brings their business card to the ticket office will get a free ticket to that day's game. Following a day off on Wednesday, the JetHawks will come back on Thursday for dollar beers presented by Diamond Jim's Casino. It's also Backwards Night, so be sure to stay on the lookout for a ton of backwards-filled promotions. On Friday, we kick off our first fireworks of the year with our summertime kickoff event. We'll also bring back Lunchables, so be sure to come out for a great night of fun for the whole family. The JetHawks will close out the homestand on Saturday with a great giveaway of a JetHawks camo logo t-shirt for the first 1,000 fans through the gate. We've got a ton of fun and exciting stuff coming up this homestand, and we can't wait to see you out at the hangar.
That's a look at what's coming up at the hangar, and now we're going to go to our first edition of Baseball 101. JetHawks infielder Ben Orloff is going to join us and teach us the art of bunting.
The bunt's a big play because lots of times when we're going to be sacrifice bunting, it's going to be because it's late in the game and because it's a close game, and that runner that we're bunting over is going to be an important run. The first thing you're going to want to do is as soon as the pitcher starts, we're going to want to square and have our chest facing towards the opposite side infielder. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to be facing my chest towards the second baseman. And we're going to start with the bat at the top of the zone and really be working up with our legs. We don't want to be moving our hands a lot. We're going to be bunting top of the zone, using our legs. We're going to use down to go down with our legs to get those low pitches. And one of the common mistakes is we'll be here, and then when the pitch comes, we'll try to move our angle late. So if we're bunting towards first base, when we come out, we want to have our angle set towards first base. Same thing if we're going to third base, out in front, angle set early, catch the ball in the bat right there. If we're bunting for a base hit, we either go the drag bunt down the third base line, and when we're doing that, we want to be, they say fair or foul. We want to get a base hit, or we want that to be foul, and so we're still hitting. So we're going to be real fine with that angle. So we're going to try to show as late as we can to keep the third baseman back, bat out in front, and we're going to try to hit the ball down here towards the end of the bat to try to kill it and let it not roll so fast. That's the drag bunt. If we're going to push bunt, we're going to want to try to bunt a ball kind of in the triangle between the pitcher, first baseman, second baseman. Same thing, hold them back late, and we're kind of be running through this ball and want to have good backspin and carries out towards second baseman, beat the pitcher to his left. Keep it away from that pitcher. Especially when we're sacrificing, it's really important to get a strike, that we're bunting strikes. If we start bunting pitches out of the zone, now we're going to be behind the count 0-2. So it's important to show early, and when that pitches the ball, to bring the bat back and make sure that we are getting a strike. Be able to stand in there kind of exposed to a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. So it's about being comfortable in that position and knowing that we still have that time to pull back if that pitch is a ball. Here we'll go a couple sacrifices to first base. So this is the guy at first base, nobody out. Now we'll go sacrifice to third base. This is first and second, nobody out. We want this third baseman here to pick up the ball. Right there. We go two different types of squeezes. We have a safety squeeze, which is runners on first and third. And it's kind of just like that push bunt. We just want to take the pitcher to his left, bring that first baseman in. If we keep it away from the mound, that run scores, and we got a guy at second base. So here's a couple safety squeeze. Real similar to the push bunt. He shows, we keep it away from that pitcher, we score a run. Suicide squeeze, now the runner at third's going as soon as he's sure that pitcher's going to the plate. So when that arm circles up, he's gonna be coming. And now we have to bunt any pitch, strike ball, we gotta get the ball down just anywhere. You don't have to be too fine, he's coming on the pitch, just get it to the middle of the field. Show late, they can't pitch out, we score. Being fundamentally sound on the bunt and taking pride in it's a big part of baseball, because we're only going to be bunting when it's an important run out there. Like we said earlier, it's going to be 7th, 8th, 9th inning, up by 1, down by 1 tie game. So it's real important that when you get called on to get the bunt, that you do a good job and you get it down. Oh, cut!
All right, Ben, well, thanks so much for joining us on This Week in JetHawks Baseball, and that's our first edition of Baseball 101. That's going to do it for this episode of This Week in JetHawks Baseball. Thanks to Adam Bailey and Ben Orloff for coming on. Also, thanks to Jen Curran for letting us know what's coming up at the ballpark. As always, you can watch all episodes of This Week in JetHawks Baseball on JetHawks.com, and you can visit JetHawks.com to find all the latest news and information regarding the JetHawks. Thanks to Radom Productions for their videography and production of this program, and that's going to do it for us. I'm Jason Schwartz. We'll see you next time on This Week in JetHawks Baseball, and we'll see you out at the hangar.